Alright, hello YouTube. I'm starting my first video for my channel and I'm looking at helium. So if you find this interesting, please throw a like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions in the comment box below. So helium, if you've never heard of it, we're not talking about the stuff that you will rent from Party City. This is a helium coin, a cryptocurrency coin. It is currently ranked 78th out of the top 1,000 on CoinMarketCap. If you've never seen CoinMarketCap, please check it out. So the price is trading at $22.91. For people who like to be early, just to give you an idea, I discovered helium about a month ago. So March 5th. It is it is April 6th today. So I discovered it pretty much about right here. So I discovered this about the $5 price point. It was actually trading about $5 to $6. So somewhere in here. So in a matter of a month, it's gone up a ridiculous amount. So total trading volume also very important for any kind of cryptocurrency that you're going to be buying, mining, etc. So you may ask yourself, well, why is that important? Well, say for example you have a lot of these helium coins and you want to sell them. If there's no volume, how are you going to sell them? So this is also an important thing to look at as well too, the 24-hour trading window. So it's that $5 price point that it was trading at, it's actually pretty much trading at that $5 range now. So to give you an idea, the price range as well too, and the change is about $2 for the most part in an increase. But like I say, this $5 gap is quite interesting. So I wouldn't worry so much about the market rank. That's not really that important. I would more so go by the trading volume, the coin value, the increase value, but also the volume. So this is a very important thing, of volume right here. So let's just look at a 1-year trading chart for a second here. So, this is a pretty new helium. This is a pretty new cryptocurrency. So it hasn't been around for very long. Kind of started catching on, probably the first couple nodes and etc. Some good news, and now we're going to start taking off February and March. This is kind of where I discovered it as well too. So even then, I'm a little bit late. Now, you may ask yourself, well, what is helium? Well, they've actually just listed it right here. So helium is a decentralized blockchain powered by the network of the Internet of Things. And you may think to yourself, well, what is the Internet of Things? Well, the Internet of Things is a lot of different things. It's all powered through, obviously, the Internet. But things like your dog collar that may have a tracking chip in it. Things like your Fitbits, or, all these little computers and all this electrical things that need to be tracked, need to be, offloaded on other networks. That's basically what Helium is trying to accomplish. So they're hoping to get all these other things kind of off of like a broadband network onto this network. Is run by Lo-Fi, which is really quite interesting. It's low power. It's not Wi-Fi. It's Lo-Fi. So if you're at all interested, check that out. I'll touch on that a little bit, but anytime you're investing in a company, a crypto, etc., you want to know who the CEO is, who are the founders. So there's 3 people in the start here: Helium, I think I'm saying that right, Sean Fanning, and Sean Carey. Now the big one to me is this gentleman right here, Sean Fanning, and it says down here, in contrast, well known for developing Napster. Now I don't know about you, my fellow millennials. Napster was a huge thing back in the day. Napster spurred on FrostWire, which spurred on LimeWire, which spurred on all these other kind of things. And if you haven't downloaded LimeWire without getting viruses on your computer, have you really lived? That's what I want to know. So, the other big thing to not kind of skim over is esports. Esports is ridiculously taking off right now. And if you think of it in the sense that Internet of Things, tipping, etc., all these kind of microtransactions that happen on maybe not esports venues, but there's a lot of cross potential for making some money there. This guy I don't know as well, but like I say, I'm more so curious about these 2 other guys. Carey, meanwhile, held multiple development roles prior to Helium, which included advertising optimization for Aware, acquired by PayPal. Now, this is something that I found really interesting. If you don't know about PayPal and you've never used PayPal before, or etc., look up the PayPal Mafia. or the paper mafia, I think it's called. But all of the people that basically founded PayPal went on to make like a ridiculous amount of companies, money, and etc. So it's almost like any of these guys that founded PayPal, anything they touch turns to gold. Now, obviously, don't take that with your only reason for investing in this. Like I say, but the three main people, pretty impressive track record. So again, we're just gonna kind of go through this and break some of this down. What makes Helium unique? Um, Low power, people's network, so you're in control of a lot of different things. I really like that about this crypto and this kind of currency. It's really cool that way. But yeah, so the thing with this is like to mine, for example, everyone's heard of Bitcoin mining or Ethereum mining, etc. So to mine these Helium coins, you need to purchase what's called a hotspot, a node, whatever. Basically, this node gives you a certain coverage, which also mines these tokens, the Helium tokens. Now, the Helium runs on proofs of coverage, a new consensus algorithm, blah, 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 blah. Basically, there needs to be more nodes in the area to get more profitability. Now, with Ethereum, with any kind of crypto, there's always some kind of fee. So Helium's, I guess, kind of other token is what's called they call it a separate token here. So in addition to Helium, users pay transaction fees in a separate token called data credits, which are not exchangeable and tied to user individuals themselves. So this is something that's also very interesting. So based on how much you're mining, based on your activity, you get other data credits and et cetera, et cetera. So there's also a couple other things here, but so how many Helium coins and how many are there in circulation? This is the only thing that slightly, maybe not worries me, but I'm watching a little bit more closely. So when you go back up to the top, the circulating supply, 35% of the supply has already been released. This coin has only been around for, well, not very long, right? Almost a year. They do what's called a halvening. I think it's every year, every 2 years. I can't remember exactly. I think it's every 2 years, but what they do is they lower the available currency that's available, which also will increase the value of the Helium token. Which, okay, great, that's not such a bad thing. But when all these tokens are officially gone, um, like I say, that'll really start driving the price up. Right now, we're kind of in like a consolidation period for this coin. Basically looking at the graph, like this is all speculative. This could change very quickly. It could very easily go back down to this, $5-6 mark. In my opinion, this $5-6 mark is still very profitable. Obviously, up here, I mean, that's Lambos and Tesla range in my opinion. So that's where I want to be. So let's get back into this. Basically, so yeah, you can buy. Like, let's talk about the exchanges. Definitely, there's a lot of exchanges that are available. Still, the main few: Binance, FTX, Who, BillXA, Binance US. I hold a Binance account, not something that I use very often. I actually more so use crypto, but some big partnerships as well too. So this is like 2 months ago. This is really starting to drive this up. It's making some governance decisions. There's some cool things coming. Um, like I say, another big thing over here as well too, the rack wireless miner. So let's show you what these miners look like. So this is the company that I believe that I actually ordered from. I'm not sponsored, but CalChip, if you want to sponsor me, hook me up. So CalChip connected devices, they're selling these rack miners. So essentially what you do is this is your little kit that you get. Obviously you plug it in, you attach your antenna, you put in your SD card. Now something interesting that people may not understand is that like once you set this up, you can't just move it willy-nilly. Like you have to reset it up. There's a little bit of a setup kind of like period, or I think it's like a $5 fee or something like that. But everything that comes with, like all these machines that come with the setups, they've already like they have everything you need. You don't have to pay anything additional. You go ahead and you set it up. So that's something that I'm like I said, really interested in doing. I've already got the two ordered. Oh, sorry, I didn't actually show you what I wanted to show you guys here. Sorry about that. So, like I say, it's all based on lo-fi, but what we do here Like I say, we plug and play basically. But the thing that I wanted to draw your guys' attention to, so US and Canada, I'm obviously in Canada. Shipments are starting the summer of 2021. So we're looking possibly 2 months out. So Helium Long-Fi is technically blah 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 blah. So LoRaWAN, so it's a wide area network, the Helium blockchain. So proof of coverage. So this is the thing that I'm really interested in. Cover your city in miles of wireless coverage. I would like to cover my city in multiple of these Helium nodes. Obviously, it's going to be a little slower doing it myself. And like I say, the more people that start doing it, the more profitable it becomes for everybody else. So, and this is interesting here. So based on initial testing, only about 50 to 100 rack hotspot miners are needed to cover the entire city. Now, okay, well, depending on what city you live in, depending on a lot of different things, right? But that's the big thing for this right now is that so many people are trying to buy these miners that um, it's they can't keep them um, in stock. Also, with that Suez Canal crisis, like you gotta wonder how many of those like computer chips are on the there's delays, there's all kinds of different things. This is probably, if I had a little bit more money, this is probably what I would have gotten. I would have got 2 of these bad boys. I still may, if these things pay themselves off, this is what I'll get next. Not if, I really think they will. So like I say, this is the big thing right down here. So 5 watts. So really low amount of power. And that's the big thing that really kind of actually drew me into this kind of mining because, Bitcoin mining, obviously there's a lot of power that's required. There's a lot of different things that's required. Graphics cards for the CPUs, now that they've changed how the graphics cards work and you can't overclock, all these different things. So this is a really cool way to start mining and also to get into cryptocurrency. So it's a pretty sleek little box. The payment for buying these ones is a little bit not as user friendly either. So you have to send a Swift transfer and etc. So yeah, definitely not as user friendly. The one thing, so this, I was just checking out the Helium map. So last time I checked this thing, like I say, 2300, somewhere around there. But basically this coverage map, there's going to be tons and tons of green dots all populating this map. Unfortunately, the API is not working right now, of course, when I try and make a video about this. But basically what you can do is you can actually click on the nodes that are here. I'll make a follow-up video to kind of just decipher how rewards work and things like that if people are interested. But yeah, basically what you do is you click on the nodes. There's a little spot over here and it says view hotspot connections or whatever. And basically you can see what each of these nodes is making. So you can check your own profitability in your own area. Now, obviously, there's no nodes. You have to kind of, be the first. Someone's got to be the first one, right? And that's kind of what I'm doing for my area. So, as well, I'm reaching out to folks who are around and in the area. Like I say, if you're kind of sitting on the fence about it, hopefully this video gives you a little bit extra. And as well, I am not a financial advisor, but to me, this is just something that seems quite lucrative, and I like it. I think it looks very lucrative, and it's something that, honestly, it's just fun to tinker around with. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything about Helium that you, also that, you think that I've maybe misrepresented, or you want to play devil's advocacy to, I think would be great. Mainly, I just want to chat about it and see if there's anything else or any other ways that people can make money off this kind of stuff, especially with COVID. This is a kind of cool way of making some money just from at home. So, like I say, look into Helium. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just something that I happen to discover, and I can't believe that more people don't know about it. So, if you need any more information, you have questions, etc. I don't know the end all be all about all this kind of stuff, but like I say, I'm learning more and more, and hopefully maybe your questions will maybe even help me. So, like I say, feel free to ask. Please like, comment, and subscribe.